Take it away.
What do you want me to take away?
I decided you can lead today. This segment. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that, but you know what I mean. I want you to.
What's different about today? Why did you make such a decision? Why did you feel it was important to do that?
Well, because I decided I was going to be in evaluation mode earlier this week, and so I'm trying to remain in evaluation mode earlier this week. Or from earlier this week. I'm trying to remain in evaluation mode as we go through the show today. And I feel that you're a much more emotionally measured person than I am. And so it would probably be better if you take the steering wheel on things. I think it would be much better if you did such a thing. I think it would be better.
Okay.
Would you like to discuss the happenings of yesterday?
Pretty significant.
Pretty significant or really significant?
Say pretty?
You'd only say pretty? Okay. Pretty significant. See, I'm fighting the urge. I'm fighting the urge right now.
The urge to do what?
I'm fighting the urge. Do I just do it? Do I just get it out? Because I said for 3 straight days that, no more Super Bowl, Super Browns. Mm-hmm. It's evaluation mode. And then yesterday afternoon, I'm sitting there and I go, this isn't real. I checked all the Twitters and all the things. I went, Zach put this out there. Oh my God, it must be true. It must be happening. This must be something that's there, that Paul DePodesta, the chief strategy officer, is going to the Colorado Rockies, back to baseball. Mm-hmm. And I decided to have a muted celebration if I could.
Well, you heard Nick. Nick was celebrating like we won the Super Bowl.
Well, I mean, Nick's allowed to have his personal feelings now, isn't he? I can't disagree with Nick all the time, now can I? I think that Nick makes some salient points yesterday when that goes down, does he not?
Well, the thing that was striking to me the most yesterday was that most people were celebrating like crazy, and then if you ask the follow-up, well, what is it that DePodesta did? They'd be like, well, I don't know. So most people were celebrating something, but they don't necessarily know why they were celebrating.
Should I?
The only thing you have to do to wonder what he did was look at his record. It was 56-99-1. And he stayed away from lost 100.
He stayed away from lost 100. And he goes, Diego, put triple digits on me. No. I want to know.
And stayed away from ever having to talk again.
216-474-0092. Should I give the people what they want today?
Well, what do you think they want?
Oh, I think you know what they want.
Well, I think after they looked
I think you know what they want.
What you tweeted out yesterday with you and your couch burnings and your cigar lit.
That was from years ago, thank you very much. I don't even remember what I said. Oh, yeah, it was when they won, when Jamie Meter blocked the field goal. It's when Jamie Meter blocked the field goal. That's what that was from, I remember. Was Paul DePodesta in charge then?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah.
Okay. And that was to avoid what? 0-16?
Yeah.
And then what did they do the next year?
0-16.
Okay.
In fact, that was Paul DePodesta's first one?
Yeah, he started out 1-31. Right?
Yeah.
My feet I have like restless leg syndrome right now. I'm trying not to. I'm trying to remain measured today.
But that's the question, because I joked about that yesterday. He didn't end up getting that 100th loss. If they lose to the Jets this week, should they honor him with a game ball or something, as a tribute to 100 losses?
They gave Deshaun Watson a game ball once. They can give him a game ball. That's okay. Game balls don't matter to me.
He had like 130 yards passing. I remember that.
Yeah.
But
we are the kings of rewarding people for not great performances. Please give him excuse me.
But I had people.
Please give him a game ball.
I had people in my mentions going, you're giving him a win-loss total, and then it would. Just the conversation would end up, well, what did he do? What was he doing?
See,
what is he responsible for? Would you give like the guy that runs their analytics department, because people don't realize it wasn't technically Paul DePodesta. What do you do? Do you got the guy that's in the business office? Does he get the win-loss record? Do the interns, are they attached to the win-loss record? Like, who gets the win-loss? We always do it for Andrew Berry and for Kevin Stefanski, but what do we do for Paul DePodesta?
Well, you see, to remain as measured as I possibly can. You see, that was the problem with everybody. That's the problem with Browns fans. Because at least, for the coaches that he had and the general managers, that he had, they had to at times face the music and face the media and face the fans and face the criticism and stand in the stadium and hear the boos and deal with the slings and arrows that come with being in charge of a professional football team. But the whole thing is because you didn't know exactly what he was responsible for, it made you mad. Because here he was in some position. They put him right up there at the tippy top. It seemed to be that he was the one pulling the strings. And the thing is that no one could actually prove. No one could. I can't prove it. And there were plenty of people going, well, he wasn't. This is what I got yesterday. This is amazing. This is what I got yesterday. Well, you guys are conspiracy theorists. He was nowhere near as powerful as the media has made him out to be for the last decade. Oh, so they just put him right up there at the tippy top of the front office for no reason? Might as well put Chomps up there. Chomps isn't very powerful. Chomps is a wonderful mascot that everybody loves and likes to give hugs to. But they might as well put him in because they do nothing for the football team. You're telling me he didn't have anything to do with any of this? It's amazing. So you paid him a lot of money and he could come and go as he pleased and talk to the media whenever he wanted to and interact with fans, which was very little, whenever he wanted to, but there was no real responsibility. Must be nice. Must be nice.
His bio was DePodesta is tasked with implementing systems with processes to strengthen the Browns organization. In his role, he works closely with Barry Stefanski and members of the player development and research departments to optimize all organizational decision-making efforts.
Sounds like enough words just to push yourself aside of any real responsibility when it comes to people being upset if things don't go well.
Well, what are the decision-making efforts? What would you say over the last, we could really focus in on the last 5 years, right? Because we were good and then we were bad. What were the most important decisions that have been made that have impacted wins and losses and the trajectory of the football team in those 5 years?
Coaching, the players that they've chosen, the players that have been implemented.
But which
the
ones?
Decisions, the guideposts, the guardrails.
Specifics.
I mean, do we need to go down the list?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a 4-hour show. We
do.
Can,
well, because.
But do I need to provide? It's a 4-hour show. I mean, we can go through the history if we want. I could try to be Ken Carman turns into Ken Burns if I really want to. But I don't know if that's what I want to know. Should today be a day that I'm celebrating? Should,
that's what I'm getting at.
Should today be a day that I get excited? Is today a day that I do that?
If you can answer what I'm trying to lay out for you.
But I think that's the problem, and that's why people are pretty excited, because they don't know. They don't truly know. Again, Andrew had to, until these last couple of weeks, Andrew had to come out and speak to the media and explain himself for what was going on. Good, bad, ugly, and there's a couple of good seasons in there, certainly. Kevin, the same way. The same exact way. But I got one guy who came around at the beginning of the season and then kind of only when things were good. And I think that bothered a lot of fans because, again, you are in the area. You have boots on the ground. You're the one that lives it. You're the one that feels it. You're the one in the streets. You're the one at work. You're the one at the high school games. You're the one at the holiday parties. You're the one at the holiday gatherings and the weddings and the funerals complaining about the Browns. And he was never seemingly around, but he seemed to have some sort of power that nobody could explain. And when you have a lack of clarity, what happens when you're unclear of things? A lack of communication, a lack of clarity leads to a lot of distrust and a lot of bad feelings. And by the end of all this yesterday, there were plenty of bad feelings, to the point where there were so many people that I observed yesterday just unbuckling or untying their collar. What is it? Unbuttoning their collar? Unbuttoning their collar and just breathing some air here and go, okay, here is the beginning. And I'm thinking, man, if it's such a relief that somebody has been let go, that person has moved on, not been let go. When it's such a relief that person has moved on to a different line of work, when it's such a relief to the fan base, and we really can't explain what's going on or what he does, isn't it still an embodiment of the last decade of, I don't know what you do here, and I don't know what direction they're going? I think it is. I think it is. It is confusing in its definition, Tone. Absolutely. And I somehow feel better today. And I'm trying to remain measured.
Well,
but I'm having a hard time remaining measured. I'm having a real hard I'm having a real hard time remaining even keel. Even keel me.
Okay. What I'm getting at is, can you celebrate something if you can't materially tell me what changes now that he's gone?